Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Uncanny X-Men issue 193. It is written by Chris Claremont. We have incredible art by John Romita Jr. And I have to say it's a pretty solid standalone story, which the main character is actually James Proudstar, the future Warpath, the younger brother to Thunderbird, who was the first X-Men from the new lineup to die on a mission. And what happens in this standalone story is that James wants to take vengeance on Xavier. He considers him to be the one responsible for the death of his brother. So basically, we get Warpath. I know he's not called Warpath at this moment yet, but we're going to call him that. To pretty much go toe-to-toe against the X-Men on his own. He's going to have a little bit of help from his teammates from the Hellions. Empath, Roulette, and Firestar are going to join in and try to help their teammate. But the thing is that James is doing this mission totally off the books. Emma Frost, who is the headmaster to the Hellions, is not aware of what's going down. And what I really like about the story is that it shows off that James Proudstar was a really badass character. It's a real shame that after all these years, Warpath has not gotten more love as a character within the X-Men side of the Marvel Universe. It's so weird that very few writers know what to do with this character. And at least for me, there's so much potential for some really good stories with James. And in this story, Claremont writes James to be this super cunning guy. He's incredibly smart. So without further ado, let's get into this. So the story actually starts off with Warpath attacking Banshee. He was part of the X-Men during that mission where his brother died. And the thing is that he's able to get the jump on him, and he takes him down and he kidnaps Porcine. The poor guy was just minding his business on Muir Island. So James's plan is to take Banshee. He's going to hide him within the Valhalla military base. It's the same base where the X-Men fought Count Nefaria during that fateful mission where James's brother died. This will draw the X-Men out, and they're going to have to infiltrate themselves into this military base. So his main idea is that the X-Men are going to end up having this confrontation with the US military because they're going to realize that a bunch of mutants are going to try to infiltrate themselves into the base. And while that's going on, he's going to take advantage that they're distracted, and he's going to move in for the kill and take down Xavier, make him pay for the death of his brother. Because during this time, Xavier had started to go on field missions with the X-Men. He had his own superhero costume. Because another thing was going down with the X-Men at this time. Storm was off the team. Cyclops wasn't on the roster either. So basically the team had lost their two greatest field leaders. So Warpath sends this video message to the X-Men telling them, look, I have kidnapped Banshee. You have 24 hours to come and rescue him. If you do not come, I will kill him. He even gives them their location. So the X-Men spring into action. Now, for this mission, the field leader is going to be Nightcrawler, which I was very surprised. This was the first time seeing him in a leadership role. So the X-Men are able to infiltrate themselves into the base. Nightcrawler actually bams each X-Men in one at a time. So Xavier stays behind on the Blackbird. I don't know why he doesn't join in on the mission itself. He gets attacked by Empath, and he's not able to overwhelm Xavier with his powers, and he's actually saved by Roulette, who has to jump in and help his teammate take down Charles. Because the thing is that Empath, in this whole story, he has his own agenda. That's sort of a thing with him. He's always trying to capitalize on any situation, take advantage of things. It seems that he really wants everything going down with Warpath to go off the rails. So what happens is Nightcrawler finds out about this whole situation with Xavier. He really starts freaking out. Then he orders Rachel Summers to use her powers to find Banshee within the mountain. And she gets triggered so bad that she has a complete mental breakdown because she used to be a mutant hunter, a hound. And she's trying to keep this secret from the X-Men. So the thing is, Wolverine, using his super senses, he's able to find Banshee. But by this time, the US military was aware of the X-Men within the base. They are sending a ton of mandroids in their direction. So what happens is Wolverine, who is accompanied by Shadowcat, they're able to liberate Banshee. They're rescuing him. When James jumps into action, we get this awesome battle between Proudstar and Logan. And Warpath is really able to hold his own in hand-to-hand combat against Wolverine. And the thing is that Proudstar is able to best Wolverine in combat, but we get this really cool detail where he hits Wolverine so hard and his skull's made out of adamantium. And this has almost broken his hand, and now he's in severe pain. While all this is going down, what's happening is we have the X-Men having to deal with the Mandroids. We have Nightcrawler having a total loss of faith in his leadership capabilities because the whole team is basically falling apart in the chaos. Now, that aside with Nightcrawler, something goes down with Warpath that I find it to be fascinating. We have Wolverine, he's down for the count after his battle with James. Shadowcat too, and the thing is that we have the situation that both of their lives are at risk, and Warpath goes back in to rescue them. So we see the situation that he wasn't really willing to go through with killing any of the X-Men, that even though he's on this vengeance trip, things get real for him very quickly and he gets cold feet. He also realizes that things get exponentially worse because of his teammate Empath. And we even get this moment where Warpath finds his way to Xavier. They're one-on-one. He's finally going to enact his vengeance, and he pretty much just has a breakdown. He realizes that killing Xavier is not going to bring back his brother. Also, if he would have tried to go through with it, I guess Charles would have turned his brain into silly putty. So at the end of the story, we actually get the setup to the next brief story arc where we have Nimrod, we have Juggernaut. We're going to cover that in a different video. So I hope you guys like this one. See you guys next time. Bye.